time.
It is time, and we are on. We're live. Just me and you.
It's us, mate. It's us.
Just us.
Let's go.
No.
I just got a YouTube notification to tell me to get on and start commenting.
Get in the live chat. Good evening.
Hey,
What's
man.
up, Denis?
I literally just rolled in the door from a trip over to Victoria. I'm trying to figure if we were in Victoria or New South Wales, Swan Hill. I just got back about a couple of hours ago, so I've had a great weekend.
Yeah, Swan Hill's Victoria, surely.
I think it is. Yeah, we
is.
drove across some bridge across the river, and the team went, "Oh, we're in another state." I thought that was fancy.
Yeah, nice. Well, I'm so glad that you're here with me, because otherwise it would be just me. And that'd be weird for everybody. So thanks.
My pleasure. My absolute pleasure, mate.
Yeah, it was very lucky. Poor Greg's had emergency tooth surgery. Guess what time today he messaged me about it?
What? 6:23?
No, 2:30. No,
very good.
I couldn't help it. So yeah, but he's okay. I hope. Hopefully, hope you're okay, Greg. Rest up.
Yeah.
So this is the Justin and Denis show. It's the random photography show, Monday nights, 7:30 every week, and we're just winging it. My graphics didn't work. Dennis's webcam didn't work.
Oh my God, I had spent an hour trying to make myself not look like a log profile. Bruce Moyle, I do know how to grade video. This is a
It's just
funny.
The stupid DJI camera.
Oh my God.
Let's see who's in the chat. Let's see who's joining us today. Oh, no, Paul can't. Very sorry, I can't join you guys tonight. Looking forward to watching the catch up. Keen to hear more about your work with veterans, Denis. Cheers, Paul. Awesome. Well, we'll be catching up on all things Denis. Past, present, and future Denis. So
it's funny. I'm trying to see where the comments are. I'm looking across to another screen I've got here with it, and then I'm seeing myself. I feel like I'm in some weird time warp.
They should be on the right hand side of your StreamYard screen. There'll be a button.
Oh, there they are.
Pop them out there.
Amazing. Hi, everyone. Amazing.
Yeah. Who else is in here? We've got Philip Johnson, as always. Good evening. Tony, good evening. You racing in your sim, Tony? I hope you're winning. Lucinda Goodwin, good to see you. Oh, no, it's done all the things. Damn it, I've forgotten again. Who's web promotions again? It's on the tip of my head. I know who you are, and it's gone from my brain. Because it usually has people's names, and like a few weeks ago, it just flipped to everyone's @s to their handles. It'll come to me. Nick Fletcher, good to see you. Ian
Nick.
Thompson, miss you, Nick. Where you been? What's been happening?
Hey, how did the climb go? That's what I want to know. I want to know how the climb went.
Bruce, Tweak Productions, Lisa Leach. Hey, Justin and Denis. It's wild to have you on the podcast. Missing Greg. You're wild. David Leparati. Felicity Johnson, as always. Yelena. Swan Hole is in Vic. Yes, that is. If you're from anywhere around that area, you would have heard that before.
That's so funny.
Rick Nelson and who else? Oh, and Christine. What's up? Good evening, everyone. Good to have you all here. We got a big show. We got a big unorganized show. We're going to talk about some news. We're going to go. We will do everyone's images that sent images in so far. We'll do them at the end of the show. So if you do have a photo you want to send in or a couple, email them to me right now, justin@luckystraps.com.au. Otherwise, you can always jump in for next week's Your Images segment. That's right. It is. It's Scott. What's up, Scott? I knew it. I always get confused. Tin Type Man. He's web promotions.
Wow, look at Nick. Evelyn got up but went blind and got frostbite. I failed but had a wild time. Wow.
Seriously? Went blind and got frostbite?
Wow. She okay, mate?
That is intense. Yeah, is she okay? Are you okay? Holy moly. You guys are serious.
Wow, that sounds heavy in a way.
That must have
I'm sure we'll hear about that.
Yeah. Well, when you've got a moment, maybe you can come on the show and regale us with the stories of how that went down. Just let me know anytime you're free. Monday, 7:30. So yeah, what else will we do? We're going to talk about the Sony A7V that come out that everyone seems to be super duper excited about. I'm not. I'm less excited. I'll tell you why later. What else? The anti-gravity drone that come out. Have you seen that yet?
I kind of is that one with the 360 camera on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like the look of that for a few reasons. I was flying a bit this weekend up at the lake and amongst trees, and yeah, there's heaps of times, hey, when I think that would just be incredible thing. And the samples that I've seen, the quality look good, but they're very good at doing that. Hey, like making these things look like they're,
Do you
wow.
remember? Do you remember like when the GoPro Hero 2 come out and then the GoPro Hero 3 come out, and those videos that would come out, the sample videos? This was kind of before. It was before every man and his dog got sent an action camera for reviews. Before, you know, when it was all still new, and every generation was like, "Holy crap! It can now do this." Those videos that they used to put out looked insane,
wild. And I think, you know, like I this thing, my Action 4, I thrash this thing, you know, all the time as off my hip. So I when I'm traveling, I have it in a little bag literally on my hip. So when I'm in India, I just reach down and grab it and use it just for shooting the scenes. And it's absolutely incredible, these things, compared to, like, remember when all the GoPros were in those little clear plastic cases. And it's amazing.
So different now. It's different.
It's completely incredible.
But I just remember seeing those videos, and then you would get one, then you would get your Hero 3, and you would go snowboarding, and you would get some footage, and you're like, this looks shit. This looks nothing like what the... And you did, those videos were filmed by people with some serious skills, doing cool shit in the best locations on the planet, and it just made you want to do it. And then...
Well, that's the idea, hey, and now we all can, which is amazing, you know?
Yeah, they've gotten good.
It's amazing.
Tell me about, so India, how often do you go to India?
Look, I've been to India twice. I went in 2013 or 2014, and then I went in 2025. That's this year. Last year I went. So, but I want to make it a bit more frequent, you know. But I've been up to Nepal and stuff, but India, I went back kind of on my 10th anniversary to sort of answer some fresh questions that had grown for me around the chaos and the people and how people are. And the question I went to ask is, how is it possible that these people live in a place that for us appears so utterly chaotic, yet seems so calm? And so I went to do that. My wife and I talking about heading over, probably not to the back streets of Old Delhi, maybe to an ashram somewhere in, but it's in a stunning place. It changed my life. I don't think there's anyone that's been to India and doesn't sort of have some version of that feeling of it changing them, or at least how they see the world. Hey,
I want to go. I just don't know how I want to go. Like how I know how I want to go, probably plane, but I don't know what, you know, do I want to just go and just wing it, or try and go on like a trip, some sort of trip or something that has a bit of a itinerary or a photo tour with somebody, or I don't know what I want to do.
For my advice, for most people, there are some exceptions to this, is definitely don't organize anything. My first time I went, and I had my first night accommodation booked and one backpack. So I just do it with one bag and one camera on this last trip too, and literally hit the street, start walking, and then wherever the day takes me, I end up somewhere that night. And I ended up on the other side of India, stuck in Varanasi, having the most astonishing time. This time was a little more organized because I had a more structured idea. But man, it is. I wouldn't want to be locked down to a tour, and I certainly wouldn't piss around with the photography, organized photography thing, unless you are someone that is not experienced traveling at all, or in a lot of situations. I think Louise is taking a trip, and she is, you know, it's more complicated for women than guys for all sorts of reasons.
Yeah, and I guess it is. It's because there's a lot of people that do tours there that I think that obviously people love, that go on and they really enjoy it and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I have, I've traveled quite a few Southeast Asian and Asian countries and stuff like that. And I wouldn't say I'm like a super experienced traveler, but I'm pretty comfortable with, figuring out where to go and that kind of stuff. So, I just didn't know what India was like. I don't know. I haven't done enough research, I guess. But yeah,
it is remarkable. It's every day is like being in a different country. The people are astonishingly gorgeous. I mean, I've never felt really unsafe there. Everyone is inviting. Everyone wants to have a chat. And if you're there making video and stills like I was on my last trip, people are keen, man. They're keen to engage. They're keen to be involved. They all have a story. They all want to hear your story. It's gorgeous. Absolutely, utterly gorgeous. And I came back with 4 terabytes of video and stills. I still have not done anything with them.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've done a couple of presentations for Sony, but yeah, it's time for me to sit down and really make a piece, because I made some really special work. It's amazing.
Wow. Oh, I'm keen to see it. Scott says India is amazing. I was lucky enough to work with a doctor in the back street of, how do you pronounce that? Is it Chennai? Not sure how I didn't get hepatitis. For the first 24 hours, I hated it. After that, I fell in love. Absolutely fell in love.
Yeah. It will open you up. It will open you up and chew you for a bit, and then spit you back out. And if you land on your feet when it spits you back out, you're lucky. But it's stunning. I would recommend it to anyone. And it's hellishly cheap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing as well. It's like you can go and really just enjoy and not worry about. That was what Vietnam was like. It was like, you pay for your flights and stuff like that, and then everything else doesn't really matter so much, and you're just enjoying yourself. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah. But I should get some images. I should get some of the video out and do it for sure.
Yeah,
I think I'd love to share that stuff. The idea with the video is I went over. I wanted to represent India in a way that I feel like the people who live there see it. And what I did is I went over and I shot I was basically doing street photography, but with video, but shooting it at 100 and 120 frames a second, so that the sense of utter chaos of all the layers just slows down. And I think that's how people who live there see it, or they experience it at a completely different space. And that's how they remain so calm. And when I watch the footage back, it's so true. And what it does is your brain and your eyes slows down and you really observe what's happening, because often there's 4 or 5 layers happening. And when you go, you actually see things. Yeah, it's oh my gosh, the goosebumps thinking about it.
You're so excited.
It's so beautiful. Incredible.
Okay, gotta make it happen. Yes. I need to make it happen. That'll be on my list next year. I'm making a list of stuff next year. I'm already planning for 2026, actually, which we'll talk about in a second.
Okay.
Lisa Leach says, India is on my bucket list. I'll definitely book a photography workshop as a lone female traveler. Winged it through Nepal, and it was incredible.
Yeah, we went up to Nepal, and we went up into the mountains. That's what that is. That mountain. There's Machu Picchu, which is you see that up the main street of Pokhara, which is up in the hills where people start to do treks. And it was cloudy the whole time we were there, and I got a little glimpse of it for a moment. I even went up in paragliders trying to see the mountains, and it with not a huge amount of luck, but it's stunning. Stunning. And Lisa, it is a great idea to go up in a tour if for yourself. It's a problematic place for all Westerners, but if you're a woman, it can be a little more so. Not for the reasons that you think. There is a real desire, if you are an Indian national, to have a photograph taken with a European person. and particularly a woman. And what happens is if you make the fatal error of saying yes to a selfie, it can get a little jostly, is a polite way to put it. People sort of jostling to get a photo with you, and that can be a little confronting. I think that's putting it. I think that's a good way to put it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's great.
Bruce says, that's me with most photo shoots I do for myself. So many unlooked at images. Is that common for you too, Dennis, for personal projects where there's no deadline, there's no client? Sometimes they just sit on the hard drive?
Yeah. Mate, not so much like this weekend going away, because it was a very light painting centric weekend with a lot of stills as well. I maybe only came back like with 200 or 300 images, and maybe 50 of those are light painting, but it's the video. On most of my stuff, it's video, right? So I'll come back with I come back from most big trips with 200, 300, 400 gig of video, and most of that doesn't get looked at. But there is that chat the other week was hilarious when we were looking at people's storage. I've got lots of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just tubs of hard drives. Yeah. You don't run a big RAID or anything like that. You do? Yeah. And then the other stuff is all just portable shuttling and backups and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I have. So I think we saw this the other week. I have these things. So those little Samsungs. I take those away traveling with me, back stuff up through iPad to those. But yeah, I have a monster 40 or 48 terabyte RAID and another one that sits on a shelf here that's dead. But stuff that's not super critical, like that goes onto 12 terabyte drives as sort of
just like
rough backup.
Like cheap, like just normal spinny drives, just your average desktop drive.
But the RAID is my working drive. Yeah,
working drive
40, and that's all. So often I'll come back from it and I'll put like a 128 gig card and it'll go, nah. So you go, no. Yeah. So I'll go get another 5 terabyte drive and unload a whole lot of stuff onto it. It's pretty funny.
It's life. I've been through that so many times, and it's the worst feeling because it always happens when you've got a critical job with a deadline or something like that, and you're like, "Oh, not now!"
Yeah, I know. It's so crazy. You know?
Why can't I? Yeah,
Bruce is right. Like Bruce saying, I've shot so many behind the scenes videos, and that's the thing. You know, like this weekend, I do those light painting blend videos where I have the video and then the light painting interspersed. So what that is I have the two cameras sitting next to each other, and then I will I'll hit record, shooting at 100 frames a second, and then wander out and do the light painting and come back. So I come back with 50 or 60 5-minute 100 frame a second videos, but I only use 1 or 2 of them, and the rest I don't delete. That's the failure, is this inability to delete stuff. That I think they should do training courses on that.
Yes.
Someone should. I was going to say someone should. That's what. If this fancy bullshit thing that we have AI, if there was some AI way to go, hey, go over there to that 40 terabytes and clean the shit out. I'd buy that.
But actually, this will be our next topic, AI.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if you told it to clean the shit out, it would delete the really important stuff and get rid of all the junk. Quickly, before we talk about AI, let's just catch up on some comments and then let's talk about it, because I've been angry at it too. What have I missed? Jason Rogers says, we're heading to America next year for a family holiday, road tripping from New York to LA. Oh, you're going to freaking love that. I only did not even half of that trip, and it was freaking amazing. If you want any tips, email me. Not that I've got a lot of tips, but I know what we did. That's all I can offer. All I can say is you probably won't get down this low, but Texas was super cool.
Oh man, that would be nuts.
Texas was really fun. Really, really fun. Look, the man himself, Greg. Hey lads. And hey everyone else. Glad to see the podcast is in good hands. I was recently telling a mate about your minimal packing when you traveled around India.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, that is impressive. One bag, which includes 2 cameras.
Yeah, so this last trip, I had this amazing belt system. It's just up there actually. So I had a belt, and it had a holster, and I had the A7S3 and the Q3, and so I was either shooting stills or video. And this is the remarkable thing about those. Any insert any camera now, mirrorless hybrid video camera now, they're so tiny, and shooting 100 frames a second, 10-bit 422 in 4K, handheld, just at your hip with a 35 or a 20mm lens or 90mm lens with a little ND. And then in my backpack is some batteries, memory cards, passport, 2 pairs of undies and 2 pairs of socks, and you're away,
That's it. Same pants every day?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's gross, man. Kyrie, it's disgusting.
No, well, do you wear shorts or pants? Or isn't it hot? Or
pants.
Is it cold? What happens if pants? Always pants.
But Kyrie's my wife. She came pick me up from the airport on the first trip, and she was like, holy shit. I hope no one was sitting next to you on the plane, man.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I could go quite that far. I've done I've done one bag before to, I can't remember where, Thailand maybe.
Yeah.
But it wasn't quite worth it for me. I was like, it was just a little bit of a squeeze.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I took a tripod as well on this trip because there was this one shot I wanted to replicate from a cafe in Old Delhi, and I knew the height of the railing that I was at the first time, and so I got this minute little super lightweight carbon tripod. Well, my next trip, mate, I fantasize about going next time with just a Q3 mono. No video, nothing, just one Q3 mono body would be unbelievable.
It's still
in a heartbeat.
Percolating. Yep.
Tomorrow. Oh, I'd go tomorrow. I wouldn't. I would bail on the video and just go Q3 mono in a heartbeat. That would be such a fun trip. Yeah, such a fun trip. I think it would. It'd be challenging. It would be beautiful. It would be lightweight. It would be, it would be super challenging. Because the thing is when I come back, when I think about all the really beautiful moments on my India trip, it has nothing to do with the photography, really. It's the experience, and the less stuff that you have. I know it's a cliche, but the less stuff that you have actually stopping you from moving in a forwards direction, the more stuff that, I just want to get rid of that shit, Yeah. Lisa's wide pants, not shorts, because I spend a lot of time sitting on the ground, tucked into corners, shooting. And so sitting on the ground, if I showed you some of the video or photos of the ground in some of the places I go, you would certainly not be wearing shorts. That's for sure. Yeah.
Bruce says, what happens with Delhi belly?
Yeah, I have a rock star tummy, man. It's crazy. So I've done a massive amount of travel all over the place, and touch wood, I've never got sick. Never. My wife did, though, in Nepal, which was terrifying. Long story. Yeah.
Damn, that sucks. I get it easy peasy. I'm pretty, like, basically any trip that's like 10 days plus, I'm in any Southeast Asian country, I'm guaranteed to get a case of something once. And just
luckily, Kyrie got sick. And ended up in hospital in Pokhara. And Pokhara is Nick will know this. Pokhara is the town where you go when you go on all the trekking, or you go up to Everest, and they have a hospital there. So when they helicopter people off the mountain, they go straight to this hospital. So it's really well set up. And she was in there on a drip and stuff. So we were lucky there. Lucky she wasn't. It was a bummer.
That sucks. But lucky that you had good help.
Good health insurance. They were ready to fly us out, which was great.
India expert Glenn Lavender, Creative Photo Workshop, says, load up your stomach with prebiotics before travel to massively reduce your chance of Delhi belly.
Is so true, man. And well, you would know, my friend. You would know. It's glorious. I eat street food and all of that, but you just get smart, right? Like you just don't do dumb shit, and you tend to be okay.
Bruce Moyle says Justin gets it going to Melbourne. That is not true, Bruce. To which Greg has followed up with he's not used to real coffee. I would put there are 2 or 3 cafes around Bendigo that I would put up against Melbourne's finest. Come at me. Come at me. Okay.
Right.
What else? Who else? I need to catch up on some of this stuff because there was a few people saying good stuff here. There's people going on trips all over the place. What else? Christine says, I'm heading back to the UK and Malta in April and then over America to shoot Daytona. Hang on. Does that mean, how do you shoot Daytona? Will that be from the stands or will you be able to get some sort of like access, or is Daytona, because it's NASCAR, can you get close enough from the stands to get cool shots anyway? Well, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Who else? Everyone's lost their behind the scenes videos by the sound of it. Lucinda's, I'm trying to have the BTS videos on a separate drive that I can plug directly into my device so it makes it easier to do social stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just have it like a BTS drive, because it's also like, I mean, it's important, but it's not a client drive, so it's like you can be a little bit less like picky with your backup process and shit. It's like just buy. I have that actually. I have 2 SSDs that are just my SSD 1 and 2, and I just know that I can take them on any trip, and I throw stuff on one, back it up to the other, and it's like that's good enough for the trip.
Well, you know, the other thing, that the thing with India, right, is I would go back wherever I was staying, and if I had like 400 or 500 gig into the cloud, like the internet is rapid everywhere there. It's wild.
It's wild. Oh, David Mascaro, sorry. He's just said, hey, I tried calling from California, but it won't work, so I'm going back to bed. Catch the show in the morning. Sorry, David. We'll have to try and figure out what your dial-out code is and the +61 for Australia, and we'll make it happen, because he's got some good images in for tonight that we're going to have a look at later.
Yeah, he does crazy stuff.
Very good shots. Yeah, these are the strongest ones yet.
Yeah.
Jason Rogers going to Texas, Nashville and Fort Worth. Definitely go through Texas. Go to Austin if you can. I didn't see much in Dallas, Fort Worth. Austin was super cool. Go to a Buc-ee's. It's ridiculous. Go to a Buc-ee's and just have a good time. Get a brisket burger. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing I think I've ever seen. Have you seen those service stations? The Buc-ee's service stations?
Well, as we'll talk about briefly tonight, I'm planning a trip to the US at the moment, and it's I've been a long time ago, but it interests me. I'm here and there about it, but we're planning a trip over for a shoot, which is interesting.
Interesting. All right, we'll talk about that. Well, I think that's basically. Oh wow. Okay, so it's 1 a.m. in California. That is commitment.
Yeah, that is commitment.
Hopefully, we'll figure it out for the next show. Or maybe we'll see. We'll figure something out. Might have to do a morning show like we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Final one. Glenn Lavender says, one of the biggest issues is people getting water in their mouth in the shower. It's the only time my mouth is ever shut.
I love it. But that's true. That's so true. Water is the big one. Big, huge one. Massive. You only ever out of bottles from a place that you trust, and never anything that's being washed in water and not cooked to shit, which is amazing.
Good advice. What should we talk about next? Should we talk about your upcoming trip planning, or should we talk about some gear that's been released?
Let's have a gear chat. I think
gear chat.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. Hey, like this week's been really fascinating.
Well, the A7V.
Yeah.
Long awaited. Looks like they just copied the R6 Mark III. Yep. No. So it's a great update. Basically took the A7 IV and just fixed all the stuff that it was falling behind on. It was a solid camera regardless, but they just stepped all the specs up. And I mean, it now looks like that I don't think it would make someone switch to Sony, but you would absolutely have no reason to be looking over the fence if you're a Sony shooter and this is like your middle of the road price point camera. It does everything. now?
I've got pretty strong opinions. No surprise.
Tell me.
Now that 2898, that's US, hey, or
That's
Australian?
US. Yeah. We're in the States at the moment.
So I have so sitting here, I've just unpacked my bag. I've got to shoot tomorrow, but sitting here, so I'm a Sony, amongst other things, I'm a Sony shooter. So I shoot my stills body is an A7R4, and I have a couple of A7S3s, and so I'm always on the lookout for when the A7S3 replacement is coming. And there's a couple of really, really important things for me. One of them is the dual ISO, right? So being able to go up to 12,800 is really important for me for my low light stuff. So I'm always looking for that. And my A7R5, the only reason I have a 60 megapixel sensor was because when you're shooting commercial stuff, we talked about this another time, the clients will want that, and they want to be able to crop and chop and slice and dice. I also do print big, and I mean big. So this concept that resolution matters for printing is 97.4% of the time utter bullshit. A 20 megapixel sensor is enough to print massive, and I have many examples of that. But what was exciting about this is it felt like it was now there is only one real camera review YouTube channel, and that's Gerald Undone. And
yes,
yeah, there is only one. And I'll tell you what, if you've not watched it, go and watch his A7V review. It is stunning, right?
Yeah.
Because
did you watch his R6 III review, the Canon R6 III? It
I
was like the
watched
week before. Yeah. It was very similar. So yeah, I love where his head's at the moment. It's
so
funny.
much fun, right? And he made a couple of really good points, right? So he made a great point. He said everyone is making great cameras at the moment, right? Now, you're unboxing and then looking at the Canon, you look at the Nikon stuff. They have, they've sort of come back to life. So everyone is making stunning hybrid cameras at the moment. And we're at this point where you kind of don't think about swapping because you're locked into the glass. And it is, and this thing, when I was watching his review of this, I loved how he brutally called out all the dipshits who talk about open gate, right? Like I was like sitting here going, oh my God.
Yeah. Just take a step back. Just take two steps back. You're fine.
You fucking eggs. But
eggs.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie? Have you seen Boy? Have you seen the movie Boy? It's a New Zealand
I don't think so.
movie.
No.
Boy, Taika Waititi. Oh my God. Anyway, so this thing is really nice for a few reasons. You're already, so I often think about what is going to be alongside or replace my A7R4. It's not an A7R5 for me. I took an R5 to Saudi Arabia to shoot the Formula One stuff, and it's the same camera, a few focusing things, but if you're locked into the mount, this thing is wild. It has I think the dual ISO is really high. It's not 12,800, but it has it all. It has a proper screen. My A7R4 screen is a joke. It flips up, not so, but yeah, I think this thing is stunning. I really do. And I don't, you're not going to swap.
No, you're not going to swap.
You're not.
The only thing that I don't know, I know it's got a partially stacked sensor.
Yeah.
And the R6 III doesn't, but the R6 III's readout time is pretty fast. Sorry, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So what's weird is everyone's saying that this is definitely a better photography camera.
Yeah.
Than the R6 III. And I don't know if I see it. I don't know if I see they just seem so close to me that it's like it's not even. I don't know. I mean, if anything, Canon's on the specs of Canon's video stuff that they released is probably better because of OpenGate. But then, like Gerald said and you've said, it's not needed for almost everybody. I'm sure there's some person that'll find it useful, but they're probably not using the cameras. They're probably not. They're probably not using this camera anyway.
Look, I have been, we've talked about this before, like my Lightroom catalog has, I think, something at the moment like 85 different cameras. I'm a bit of a camera whore, right? So I play with anything, and people like giving me cameras to play with. And if I've learned one thing about what makes one camera better than the other, if you come and put a Canon R5 whiz bang zoom speed stripe monster camera in my hand, and then my R5 or any camera that I've been using for 3 years, and say go out and come back and tell me which one is better, unless I am setting them both up on a tripod in perfect conditions, really, really leaning into the fine details, the better one is the one that I will get the shot with and that I'm comfortable with. No one is going to change from one system to the other if you cannot clearly define what the difference in them is. And if you and I both sit here and go, they're both bloody good.
Yeah.
I
have a couple of questions. First of all, let's just pull this down for a second. When you do get a camera to test, what's a test for you? What do you test? What is it that how do you assess a camera?
Yeah, so for me it's a few, there's some personal stuff, right? So there's things that I go, I love this camera for me. And then when I look at something technically, right? So you look at the technical aspects of it. I'll give you a great example. So the GFX 100S or something like that. Matt gave me one of those, and I brought it home. And the first thing I did, of course, is take it out light painting, right? Because there is literally no better way to test how good a camera actually is than light painting. You might ask me why that is the case.
I was about to say, why? Why is that?
Well, the reason is that light painting, by the nature of it, gives you the extremes of the histogram. Absolute highlights, because we're using a light painting tool, and we do it at night. So you've got the shadows and everything in between. So technically it is pushing it to the absolute limit, right? Because that is what the limits are, is highlights and shadows. And then the dynamic range in between, right? So, but again, by the nature of everything being a shadow, I want to know how much of those shadows I can pull out, and it's still, and so dynamic range is epic for me. And then of course I want to know if it feels good. Am I out there making images that still feel good? And so the GFX for me, it's been a year and I've nearly finished my review edit, which is pretty typical Denis. But man, I thrashed that thing. I took it out and beat the shit out of it. And I can tell you a couple of things that I'm really, these are the type of things that really matter. When I put that card into my Mac, and it's a bit of a grunter, it choked it up. It struggled heaps because the files are so massive, 8 batteries and all that stuff. But it was a remarkable camera, absolutely stunning, and is probably, it convinced me that that's probably what I would go to.
Okay, so really interesting. I can't remember. It was a blur. Thursday's show had Matthew Treybold on. Did you see any of that? Yeah, you were working. I don't think I saw you in the chat. So he's young-ish photographer from Austin in the States, wildlife photographer. His images are beautiful. They caught my eye last year, and I was like, I got to get this guy on the podcast. His work is great. He takes a full Sony kit and a full Fujifilm kit, GFX, shooting wildlife. So he's shooting bears. Yeah. And he's got a Sony A1 Mark II with a 200 2.8 on it. 400 2.8 on it. The big sucker. Yeah. And then he's also got a GFX 100 II with the 500 f6 on it at the same time. And we're going through his images, and he's like, "That's the Sony. That's the Sony. That's the Sony. Yeah, the Fujifilm wouldn't keep up with that action. Oh, that one's the Fujifilm." And he's like, and I'm like, "Is it worth it? The Sony's 45 megapixel or whatever, and that glass is amazing." I'm like, "Is it worth having both these kits?" And he's like, "Yeah." When you see the file of that shot, you're like, "Man." That's good.
Yeah, and it takes you back to that point, but it's this old chat that we always have in the chat and here on the podcast is, and I think Bruce just said it here. You know, people is the camera that is best for you. Like you are into Canon gear. I've got a shit ton of Canon gear. I mean, oh my God, people got to see what was behind. You've seen behind the curtain, right?
Oh yeah, what do you got there? Oh yeah, very nice, very nice.
Potentially the greatest lens ever made, in my opinion.
Potentially, it's up there.
Potentially, right? Unfortunately, it's got this weird name on it, so we'll go at that. But yeah, I mean, it's. I took it away this weekend because a mate of mine was there. But it is what it is. The best, the camera I've had the most fun with recently, right, is the Instax.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, you want to tell me what camera is good? I'm telling you, this one is magical, right? And because it was about the experience, and this experience other people got to have around it. Anyway,
yes, it was photography.
That's it. So the A7V is a great camera. It's beautiful. It's got it all, right?
It's got it all, and it's a perfect all rounder. So that brings me to the I made a little poll. Let me bring this up.
Yeah.
A little poll through the week that was about megapixels.
And
I was like, what's the perfect sensor resolution, the right balance between detail, file size, and high ISO performance? If you could pick the exact resolution of your perfect camera, what would it be? And then I made these funny little answers because you can only pick 4 answers for the poll. So I had to like narrow it down. So I had to put sort of 4, in my opinion, kind of 45 is obviously the sweet spot that cameras, full frame cameras have decided on for like, this works for a bit of speed and a bit of high res and still kind of for high ISO. But I lumped 60 in there as well, just because, I don't know, because the A7R5 is kind of in that same range. And so, but 33 or 32, 33 seems to be establishing itself as this new middle ground. And 24 was obviously for a long time like the all-round professional standard. You can print massive from it. Great for high ISO. It just was. So, and then, anything under 100 megapixel is a toy. No one voted for that. I was sure someone was going to get baited into that one. I thought Nev Clark might have voted for that one, but what would you vote for on this poll?
Let me reread the question. What is the perfect camera for me? Yeah, 60.
Perfect sensor size. So if they're like, hey Dennis, we're just going to make you a camera, the Denis model from your favorite brand, whatever you want.
60.
What sensor you put it at 60? You really like that Q3 and the A7R5.
I do, and only because I have absolutely thrashed it. However, for many years I was making a massive volume of work on Micro Four Third Olympus sensors, right? And they're like 18, 20, heaps enough. But the reason I would say 60 is, for me, it's a really nice balance. So I was making work out on the Salt 2 nights ago, just with a 20 mil, because that's the lens I had on the camera, and it means I can just smash into it real tight for cropping. But those 100 megapixel sensors, like I was saying, just brutal, man, like brutal to work with, like punishing if you're coming back with anything like 100 or 200. But the 60 is a sweet spot for me, because it means I can crop into it hard. It's good for commercial work, because like I'm working with a client at the moment, and we put a media pack together, and it just means that we can chop and crop stuff, and that's the big one. But if I wasn't shooting commercially, that 24 is a sweet spot, man. It's so nice. It's especially on a full frame sensor. My 5D Mark III and my 5D Mark II, still they're some of the most special images I've ever made, and they still hold up solid as now. Solid.
Yeah.
Solid as. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see some comments. Oh, here we go.
It's
Jason
on.
Morris. What's up, Jason? 24 megapixel. Give us 6K video with that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sweet spot. That's why it's interesting that everything, is 33 just going to end up being, is 33 the new 24?
Yeah.
It seems like
it's a great number.
it's heading that direction. But who else we got? We've got Glenn Lavender, Creative Photo Workshop, says, if I need more than 100 megapixel, I just glue two Sony A7R5s together.
Smart. Very smart.
That would work well. Craig says Fujifilm, Fujifilm, Fujifilm. And what else?
He's on drugs from his surgery.
He is. Scott Tin Type Man says, anything under 2000, anything under 2000 megapixel is a toy. Pure silver all the way.
I've got a quick Tin Type Man story. So we connected after BFOP, right? And I saw his work and I was like, oh my God, this is absolute light painting perfection. We need to get into this and I need to push that boundary. And he goes, yeah, your tools are going to need to be quite bright. And I'm like, yeah, man, like I have all the bright. And he goes, no, really bright. Anyway, he did some testing and we figured out that I would need to create a light painting tool that would work testing on my camera with a 10-stop ND filter on it and be at f11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you need to be super bright to get to work in that space. And he was telling me some of the flashes, the strobes that he uses to get enough brightness for the exposures. Yeah. So I'm going to be I'm working on that one pretty hard.
What are you thinking? Just like flamethrowers and pyrotechnics, like literally just blow shit up to try and get the.
I reckon I'll get something going. It'll be a challenge. I think it'll be a combination of the type of acrylic, the brightness of the torch, but also just speed, just a lot slower.
Because it's all about that light painting. It's all about the duration of time that you're illuminating something.
It can be. It's a balance, right? So but yeah, that'll be fun. His work is stunning. Hey.
Yeah. So cool.
Mercury vapor, Bruce, you're onto it, mate. Let's. Yeah. Now you're talking.
I want to see that, but with sunglasses. Yeah, I can imagine Bruce just like with these goggles on, watching you light paint.
I love it.
Oh, very cool. Finally, Rick Nelson says, I like 24 to 33, mainly to keep file size low and noise down. I find higher noise with more megapixels. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. That is true. Speaking of which, I should go to some of these comments that we had, because I had a comment on one of my, it's inspired me to make another video.
Nice.
Had a comment on my high ISO test for the Canon R5 Mark II, where I tested it against the R3 and the R5.
Right.
And they said, this is just what I needed. After seeing this, I'm leaning towards the R5 too. So yeah, I should do another one of those with the R6 Mark III and just compare them all, because you see a lot of stuff floating around on the internet, but no one really, often people don't get into the nitty gritty of various aspects of the cameras. A lot of the reviews are pretty good, really great overviews of everything, but there's often just little bits and pieces where you're like, I just want to know what both of these look like at 12,800.
Well, I the other night, I do this every now and then. I muck around. So when I'm shooting my behind the scenes video, light painting, I have sometimes a 0.95 lens, but generally a 1.8 at 12,800 and a 50th of a second shooting 100. So pretty sensitive, and that works well. But every now and then when I feel like I've got it, like I'm like, yeah, good, now I want to muck around. I shot a whole lot of stuff at 102,400 the other night. And when you're looking at it on the back of the camera, it's like under a full moon. It's like daylight. It is crazy. And it takes me back to this sort of adage that I've always had, that people get really stressed about noise and high ISO. If you didn't shoot it, you wouldn't get it. So it's like, it's better to have a shot that blows your mind and it be noisy than no shot at all, right?
Well, that's the other option, isn't it? Yeah, it's like, do you want to just not take a photo? Because you can do that too, and the noise will be minimal.
Yeah, that's it.
On that file that you don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's a fair point.
Yeah.
Okay. So the A7V is great. Lots of people will buy it, but there's not really need to switch to any, like to Sony for that camera, because chances are your brand, unless you're ready to switch from DSLR to mirrorless, That's the only
Yes.
time I'd be thinking, all right, maybe I'll throw everything on the table and assess my options.
There is one reason. Now, okay, straight up and down. There is something I do think about sometimes, and Bruce made the comment a bit further up. One of the things that Canon, and I may be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, Sony and make it astonishingly easy to convert lenses to their bodies, right? So
Yeah.
I run a lot of EF lenses on my Sony gear, and they work. So my 70 to 200, I've got a 50 mil 1.2 or 1.4 that I run through an adapter, and the autofocus works, all the settings, like everything works. And I don't know how easily it goes the other way. So if you were contemplating shifting across to Sony, maybe there's a better reason to do it, is because there is this seemingly easier way to adapt.
Yeah. So if I was coming from Canon,
Yeah.
say if I'm Canon DSLR, I've got a 5D Mark IV, and I'm like, all right, it's time for mirrorless.
Yeah.
I would look at everything, but if I didn't want to switch all my lenses at once, I would be looking at either Canon or Sony. They'd be my two
that's
options.
What I did.
Because you can either do the you can either adapt to Sony or you can adapt to Canon, and I probably wouldn't be looking outside of those two. But if you have the budget and the ability to just go, I'm going to sell everything and buy a mirrorless kit, that's the time to consider all options. Put everything on the table. What's Nikon doing? What's, and throw everything in your shopping cart and add it up, because the lenses make such a big difference. In price. You might find that one body might be dear over here, but the three lenses you want are actually all $1,000 cheaper, and it's actually a better prospect. But even then, after all that, you've still got to get your hands on one and see if it feels good. And
a Hasselblad. A Hasselblad is only 13. A Hasselblad's only 13 grand for the body. Go have a look at the lenses. Yeah, that'll make you think twice.
Okay, so we did that. Let's not go too much into the news, but we should have a look at this weird little drone thing. Let's check it
this
out.
Is sexy.
Yeah. This got teased or released a while ago.
Yeah. Crazy.
And now I believe it's actually available to buy. The anti-gravity A1, the world's first 8K 360 drone, is now available for purchase. Innovative new drone builds on Insta360's technology, including 360 cameras, stabilization, AI-assisted video editing, of course. Toyota ad. Okay. This is the weird bit, but cool, but weird. Those goggles.
He looks so cool.
Yes.
I want that in my life.
It basically, it displays the image of what the pilot can see in the goggle, so that if you're watching your friend fly, you've got an idea of what they're doing.
Yeah. I had a mate that had FPV drones, and we'd go out, and he would give us goggles and connect so we could watch them flying. So here's the thing with this stuff. I do get a little frustrated sometimes when I see them quoting these high resolution sensors for these 360 cameras, 8K. Right? Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I go out with my 360 camera and I come back and I always just want to smash it with a hammer, because the image quality is such utter shit. Why can't they just give me a sensor that when I put it into a 4K video actually doesn't look like it was filmed on a potato?
What are you running? What are you running at the moment? Which one? Is it X4?
I have to. X2.
Oh, okay. Well, have you tried the new, the X5?
I would love to.
The X2 to X3 was a pretty big jump. Yeah. X4 and then X5 is
low light,
significant. Yeah, in low light. And it's still, but you're right. It is a little bit, that's what I often have to tell people. I'm like, hey, be wary. If you're going even from, say, a modern GoPro to one of these, you're going to be like, oh, the image quality is not as good as my GoPro. Once you frame it up, especially in lower light. But I think you would find, you would find the X5 or that new DJI one or the GoPro one. They're all pretty similar.
I would rather punch myself in the balls than buy a GoPro product. Never. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if the thing looked like it was filmed on a red camera.
Tell me why, Dennis.
Oh my God. Do you want me to go get my box with all the dead GoPros in it? They just break. They just don't work. They don't work. And these guys, I don't give a shit what the name of it on there, but they're my Action 4. I have thrashed this thing. And they just don't break. So yeah, I don't care. You're dead to me, GoPro.
So this camera, I still don't know what the law is in Australia, because I was under the impression that in Australia you cannot fly one of these without a higher level drone license, because you have to have line of sight of the drone.
Oh, goggles, yes.
The goggles. You cannot fly a drone in Australia. As far as I'm aware, check it. I'm not a drone expert. I was under the impression that you must have line of sight of your drone. And I'm pretty sure that if you want to run goggles and have a spotter, unless you're part of a club, Bruce saying, line of sight means you need a spotter, but I'm pretty sure you can't just have a spotter. You can't just be a random potato like me and have, and I can't have Denis as my spotter. I think one of us has to have a license. I'm pretty sure that unless you're part of a drone flying club. And you're flying like FPV race drones or whatever, I think have their own kind of designation. But that's what I was led to believe. But I could be wrong. Maybe they've changed it because of the consumer ones that have been coming out. Because you could buy DJI's, what do they make? They make like an FPV one of some sort, like an out-of-the-box goggle one. And you could buy that at Harvey Norman. So
it's really fascinating.
I asked the dude at Harvey Norman once and what the deal was, and he was like, I don't know. We don't police them. We just sell them.
Yes.
I was like, fair enough.
I'm planning a job. I'm planning a job in the US at the moment, and I need some drone footage over there and researching that in 249, because I just run a Mavic 4 Pro because you don't need anything else. And it's really easy to if you're shooting commercially. It's funny because your first thought is like, how are they going to know I'm shooting commercially? Yeah, the 48 kilograms of camera gear and lights and tripods and audio gear is a bit of a giveaway. But yeah, you can. Apparently, it's like $10 in a short form to get the right license to shoot commercially with a 249-gram drone in the US, which is cool.
Yes. Yeah. That's because it's that 249 gram. It's kind of irrelevant in Australia. We do have that 250 gram, but then our 250 to 2 kilo category is very similar. So it's not as much of an issue for us. But so Bruce says, sorry, I have a license. Defaulted to my use case. Yes, you need a license. FPV comes under hobby aircraft restrictions. And for the drone, so to run goggles and have a spotter, you need your REPL. Remote pilot license. Can't use outdoor. This is Scott says you are correct. You can't use goggles outdoors in Oz. Having said that, I was using my Avata. That's the DJI one. FPV inside, of course. And you still feel motion sick. Nice.
Wow. Inside of Earth.
Yes. Inside of the atmosphere. And we are fine. Okay.
Drones, hey.
So you do a bit of drone stuff?
Yeah. I shot the shit out of the trip we just went on. It was remarkable. So the main thing, I use it for two reasons. One is for just sort of establishers. So there'll be a video about my trip up to the Salt that I've just been on. And so I put the drone up and just shoot some establishers. Here I am on the Salt. Mainly. And one of the main things I use them for is scouting. So if I'm out at a location and I want to go do some light painting, I'll put it up and go out and find spots that might work
Right. So you can head over there, check it out.
Rather than walking. Yeah.
Just sit in the car.
Yeah, just set the car as scout. But yeah, no, I love them. I think and I have fun with them as well. So we were we were at the Salt. I love getting the thing down to 500 mil off 500 mil. Yeah, like just off the ground before it will land. Oh, I have a funny story. So we were at the Salt Lake, and there's an old grader is 1.6 kilometers out on the Salt, and I would send it out to do some scouting and get some cool shots, with the idea of going out to do some light painting there. And I was pulling the drone down, and it landed. And it did flash up on the screen to cancel landing, press some button, but I was sort of panicking a bit. This thing is 1.6 kilometers out on the Salt on a hot day. So there was a little hill between us, so it lost line of sight. So I chucked a bag on, grabbed a bottle of water, my phone, and started running towards out to the Salt. And luckily I got up on a hill and it picked it up and I took off again. But I love putting my drone up to play, right? I play a lot with my drone. I feel like a little kid sometimes when I put it up, because it's like one of the greatest toys, man. Really, I mean, really, for a big kid like me, like going up and flying around is so good. It's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so much fun. Yeah.
And the image quality now. What are the photos like out of your 4?
I don't take photos.
4? You don't take photos with it at all.
No. Oh, I like 1 or 2, but never to look at.
What for then?
Oh, by mistake. Like if I accidentally press there's some button or something.
I was trying to shoot a video and it accidentally
come back and it's like, oh God, I think. No, I shoot 99.634% of any data on my drone is video for sure.
Okay.
I've got friends, my 2 friends who are away with, the 3 of us are sitting there all on our drones, and all I hear from them is click, 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 click. And mine are not. I'm shooting video, and I'm an animal, man. I press record and take off, and then turn it off when I get back.
I've often wondered if that's what I should be doing. Obviously, it chews up more drive space, but I've done passes on stuff and that, and then thought, why didn't I film that for longer? I need another 4 seconds. What an idiot.
Well, you know the real reason why.
Why?
UFOs. It's the only way. How do you know? Imagine if you missed the UFO.
That's true. Okay. You've changed my mind.
Yeah, and data is cheap. Data is cheap.
That's true. Bruce has photographed you on the drone. He's actually taken 8 images with his.
Oh, mate.
That beats your 2.
It does. That's it. You are clearly the man.
He also shoots video in the same way. So that's good. That means that's what if you guys are both doing that, that means I should be doing that. That makes way more sense.
You should.
Yeah.
Do not
Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yes. Bigfoot is
Jeff.
one.
Yeah, Bigfoot and a UFO. Jeff says, just bought a Mini 5 Pro to upgrade from the Mini 2. Yeah, those little Mini 5s are it's insane. It's tiny.
Well, here's my new cooking channel is launching this week, right? And episode 3.
What's the deal with that? Tell me about it.
Oh yeah, true. I didn't put that on my list.
It was. I saw it on a list somewhere. But we haven't talked about it. So you've got a cooking show?
Yeah, so every now and then I accidentally comment as Aussie Park Barbies, right?
Yeah.
So I've got a mate, Phil, and Phil is a bit of a legend. He owns a 150-year-old bakery here in Port Adelaide, right? And we're good mates. I'm his head cheesecake tester, and I may do all his social media. And he said to me one day, he was like, I've got an idea. And, you know, you have free barbecues that are sometimes in your local park or down the beach or whatever. Well, we have 120 of them in the Port Adelaide Enfield area. And we were chatting one day about how, like, it's never been harder for families or people or whatever to have good fun that is cheap. And so we had this idea. He's great at cooking stuff, and I'm okay with making videos and things. And so we thought, imagine we could make a show where you go on and we show you where all these Barbies are, but how to make good, cheap, healthy meals at them. So we have made 4 episodes, and we're launching next week. And they are hilarious, mate, because how many cameras do you need for a cooking show? I promise you need them all. And it's crazy. So I have like 3 or 4 cameras and all the audio, and I'm testing and stuff. But so that's the show. And so we did the first episode. We caught blue swimmer crabs off the jetty, him and his son, and we cooked them. And he's hilarious, man. He's this real Aussie guy. And we just have fun, right? We're just having a bunch of fun. It's AussieParkBarbies.com.au. But we did this episode where we thought, why not go to a barbecue on a jet ski, right? So we hooked up with this local jet ski company that they do jet ski tours. And we've got this issue with the algal bloom here at the moment, where just any business that is connected to the water is just getting devastated. So we hooked up with these guys to help give their business a bit of a boost. One of them has a chili bin on the back. So we put all the cooking stuff in the esky. And I sent Phil off on the jet skis with the 2 guys, and they took off. But I was chasing them with the drone, and my little DJI 4, they're doing like 50 or 60 Ks on this thing. It's episode 3 if you go to the website. And then we went around and landed dolphins. There were dolphins and all sorts. And so I shot that with the drone. It was remarkable, and it chases these things. It's incredible. We were keeping up with them. So yeah, that's the cooking show. It's awesome. Yeah.
Bruce says, tell me you have behind the scenes.
Oh my God, dude. I honestly, this stupid camera here, it's a Blackmagic 6K pocket thing. I thought it would be a good idea to have that thing on it, and because it can shoot to a drive, an SSD drive, and it shoots in B-RAW. I came back and I had like 690 gigabyte video file. I'm managing that. I hand hold it, and A7S3, and then I have 2 other cameras. So behind the scenes, mate, yes, there are some bloopers, that's for sure. But that's one of my stupid projects I'm doing, but it's awesome, man. I mean, it's so much fun.
That's very cool. Okay, so how can people? So it's not out yet.
Well, look, it's not, but it's Aussie Park Barbies, AussieParkBarbies.com.au. See if you can bring it up. It's pretty funny. The website is not quite finished yet, because I was working on it while I was away trying to light paint at a Salt Lake, which is pretty funny. Hey, there it is.
Look at this. This looks so professional.
Yeah, so if you scroll down, you'll see these are the first 4 episodes. And then I've created this map. I've created this interactive map. So you can go into our there it is there. So all those dots are where there's Aussie Park Barbies. And if you click on the blue one at the top, Semaphore South, that a blue dot is where we've done an episode. Yeah.
Start chipping away at this list.
Well, I had to enter them. So click on Harts Mill Playground there. So we did an episode with the mayor. So that's our mayor. And so we do episodes with different people. So the idea is people, place, and produce. And it's hilarious. We want to do a skydiving one, because the skydivers land at Semaphore where there's a Barbie, and I figured I'd just attach like a whole lot of utensils to Phil and then get him to jump out of a plane. That could be funny.
This is so good. So will this play? If I try and play
this,
is this actually going to play?
Yeah, totally. That'll play.
So if I start playing this, are you going to copyright strike me on YouTube, or can you make that not happen? Okay,
no, it's all licensed.
Hang on. Just make sure. No, because if YouTubers don't like it when you watch their content on live streams, apparently.
I love it, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just turn this down a little bit.
Yeah, watch this. You'll love this. The intro's cool.
Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, really? It's not. Why is that not working?
There's my mate.
We should have sound. It was playing up before, though. It said I might have to restart my browser to get sound.
Oh, that's
so
right.
definitely no
sound. Yeah, so he's going, welcome to Aussie Park Barbies. We're down here at Semaphore. Semaphore is amazing. We've got coastline, we've got playgrounds. You can come down here with your family anytime you like. And today we're cooking blue swimmer. You can tell I edited this over.
I was going to say you spent too many hours.
Dennis. Here's Dennis. He's behind the camera. He's not always behind the camera. Dennis is the best export from New Zealand other than Russell Crowe. We got some blue swimming crabs.
This is amazing. So how does a project like this come about?
Well, you get a guy like Phil who's just deeply passionate about the community, about cooking, a deep love of food and a deep love of community, man. And me, who's the same, I'm just, I love making images. I love creating content, and I want families to be able to go out and have good, solid, cheap fun and not have to break the bank. These barbecues are free and they're in the most beautiful locations, man. And so we went and shot this episode on a 40-degree day. Holy shit, nice. Man, it was crazy. And yeah, and then we went to the council for a grant, and they gave
well, that's
us
what I was going to say. So do you need to get funding to be and you have to go, you do that afterwards or before, or how?
Okay, so this is really this has gone somewhere really cool, right? Because this is the reality of being a creative in 2025. It is a fantastic idea. It's genuine. There's no bullshit. We are straight up and down wanting to do stuff that is good for families and communities, right? But it is impossible. It's impossible for people to understand the actual time and effort and energy it takes to put something like this together. So we got a grant from our council because it's a placemaking grant, right? You get a grant from councils that'll bring people into your council area, but also we were trying to help with the algal bloom by promoting a business. So we got a grant for X dollars, and I promise you those X dollars maybe cover a third the amount of time it actually takes. But you develop a process. So we develop the gear. So he's wearing a DJI mic. They are problematic if you've got two people. And so I develop a process in the background to get the shooting easy. We develop a process to get funding and stuff, and I've got some amazing ideas for that. And then you just make it, but you got to do it for the right reasons. We don't want to make a pile of money, right? We just want to make good videos, have a lot of fun, and you move forward, and if it works, it works. But man, we're going to have some fun. I tell you that, for nothing. It's great. So we've had so the ABC on it. They're going to do a story about it.
Yes.
Yeah, Phil is very connected. He is super connected in the food community, But it looks great. Hey, that's one person.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, so that's me with 3 cameras, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Great, especially too, like, it's not easy shooting daylight in a park, like you've got this bright sun and shade, and there's a lot of dynamic range. Like that's not like, this isn't a studio,
right? So the episode with the jet skis, right? We had to bail because of weather a couple of times, right? And click on the jet ski one. It is episode 3 down there. It is hilarious.
I just got to leave a comment first. This video is. Oh, should I not? Is it still secret?
Yeah.
This video is amazing.
Yeah, thanks, man. The jet ski episode, it just had to happen when it happened, and it was pissing with rain.
Episode 3,
really windy. That one there. Yeah, click on that. The intro to this is pretty funny. You'll see. Yeah, this is cool, man. So it was windy and wet, and so I had to have an umbrella, right, going over the camera because it was raining. But the umbrella rotated because I had it cable tied to a light stand. And the little flap that's on there's the drone shot with the jet ski.
Yeah, I saw the chase shot. Hang on, let's go back.
There you go. This is...
yeah,
look at that.
That's
crazy,
sick.
Man. So we, the little flap that you use an umbrella to close it, the wind blew the umbrella around, and there it is there. So the flat is coming in front of the camera, but of course I'm God, it was so funny. So funny. But hilarious. No one cares. See the two pocket threes on there?
Ah, so
I
you
was
put them
testing-
on the bench.
Yeah, I was testing that as an idea, but just testing and testing. But I
Yeah.
had the wrong fluffy, right? So it was blowing a gale. Phil's got a fluffy on, but
Yep.
I grabbed the wrong one for the other mic. So the wind going into that dude's nightmare. It was a horrible day. But it is what it is, right? You just do it. You make it happen. And
Yeah.
who cares? I mean, who looks at this and goes, "Oh, this is filmed by an idiot who's got no idea what he's doing"? No one.
Not at all. It looks epic. And you're not an idiot that's got no idea what he's doing. So that wouldn't even make sense.
Oh yeah, true.
It looks so good.
Yeah,
and,
man, fun. It's just fun. That's all. That's all it is. We just want to have fun.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thanks.
I'm excited for this. That's so cool. And the website
Yeah, I've got a
looks
lot of
great.
stuff going on at the moment, man. That's wild.
I don't know how you do it all.
My wife does all the graphic design. She's incredible, man. Like that. My wife is a powerhouse. So she did all the branding. We built the website together, all the logos, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We're having a lot of fun.
What a great project. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. It's one of many stupid things crazy things I've got going on.
Crazy things. Well, is there anything else we should talk about before we start looking at some people's photos?
I'll give you a snapshot. So this is what's going on in my life at the moment. So it is Monday, the 8th of December. This Saturday, I'm doing the last practical on my counselling diploma. So in theory, on Saturday afternoon, I will be a qualified counsellor. So that's a project I've been working on for a while. So I'll be working in mental health formally and helping people, guiding people through their lives and trying to find a bit of peace in the turmoil. So that's coming up. I am working on a project at the moment with a new client, and we are planning a shoot in America and Scotland and Japan. So that's a bit of fun, which is always fun to put together. So it's working in the alcohol industry. So people that are making beer from very fancy malt. So I'm working on that. And I love traveling and shooting, but it's really fun. I love the technical aspect of it, right? You've got to get a lot of gear across there and shoot it and make it look amazing. So I'm working on that at the moment. Yeah, what else is happening? Yeah, that stuff. I forgot. I had a bit of a few notes.
Yeah, we had some notes. I think we've.
Yeah, I've just been to Lake Surreal. I've been to Lake Surreal.
I've got those photos here. We'll have a look at those photos when we roll into the your images section.
And
so yeah, we'll finish off with that.
Adam Edwards and I are doing our second collaborative workshop coming up in May to Lake Mungo, of all places.
Oh,
yeah. So I have shot there quite a bit. It is a remarkable location. Anyone that's been to Lake Mungo will know that it is not only a remarkable landscape, but it has this astonishing history for First Nations people. And I've done a lot of light painting there. And Adam, of course, is an incredible tutor in landscape photography. And so we got together at BFOP and really connected beautifully. And we did a workshop earlier this year up at Broken Hill that was really, really successful. So we're doubling down and doing another at Lake Mungo across 2 nights. And we'll be making this sort of stuff.
Is it? I assume it's already booked out.
No, we've only just sort of. I've been so busy, I've not really started promoting it. But no, it will. Ooh. The other one sold out very quick. But this is, it's going to be just lovely. And the nice thing about this, it's very different to what I imagine. I've done a lot of workshops, but this is quite special because it's like an all day thing. And we don't just teach you about photography. You know, Adam is a very spiritual guy. He's a lovely guy. And we spend a lot of time talking about being human, the philosophy around photography, the philosophy around coming together to make photography, and it can be a really beautiful thing. It's going to be amazing. So that's happening.
Wow. Okay,
And-
so if anyone's interested,
Yeah.
4th and 5th of May 2026.
Yep.
Start and finish at Mungo National Park.
Yep.
Maximum
the
group
idea
size of
is-
10.
Yep. So then we split. So we break into 2 groups of 5, which is tiny. We made the decision at Broken Hill, and we're doing it here. Adam normally includes accommodation in his, but you can stay at Lake Mungo. But we decided to price it without the accommodation. We're doing, I think, a lunch or something, but it's basically 3 days, 2 nights, and
so it's right. So you arrive 3 days, 2 nights. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Well, get in quick if you're keen.
Yeah.
I'm I'm looking at this and I'm like, that looks really, really fun.
Oh,
I would love
man.
to come on this.
Well, okay, I'll tell you something interesting about Mungo, right? It is an astonishing. It's first of all, it's a World Heritage Site, which means that it is heavily protected. It's also, Mungo is famous for Mungo Man, and Mungo Man is. I may completely cook this, but the idea is Mungo Man is the most complete and oldest complete human skeleton ever found in Australia and in the world. And Mungo is special because there is evidence of astonishingly early habitation. So you can go on a tour through the lunettes, which is the sandy part, and there are fire pits there with fish ears that they can date 40, 50,000 years ago. It's just a remarkable place. These are not Mungo. These are just images that look
just for, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yep. So that's happening.
That's happening. What else is happening?
That is happening. Mate, this the usual chaos, really. But yeah, the counselling thing has been consuming me quite a bit. And I'm excited to be finishing that this year, which is incredible.
Everyone's very excited for you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Bruce says congratulations. Christine says well done. Greg says proud of you.
Yeah.
Everyone was very, very, very happy here.
Yeah.
So
I think
well done.
I don't think there's anyone that exists in my orbit, or especially around my photography, that doesn't know that I have a really deep passion for encouraging people to explore different ways to have really positive mental health outcomes. And I passionately believe that photography and any shared experience, but for me, it's photography, just this ability to focus and be mindful and let stuff wash away. And then if you can have that joyous thing with other people, so I've just been away with a couple of people, I think that there's a way, to join the two, and I've been doing that for 15 years, and so by formally becoming a counsellor, it's sort of a beautiful pathway for me to lean into it as an art therapy practice, but I'll be doing normal counselling as well.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Tell me about. Hang on. I'll get your images up.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Here we go. I just smashed these out on my iPad and set into. I think that I can't even remember which ones, but one of these is a contender for my favorite ball of light image. Oh yeah, look at this place. This place is nuts.
Oops. Hang on. Let me go back. What's happening here? Trying to get my window. There we go. I just wanted to be bigger.
So this is obviously, as always, a single exposure. The moon has come up. It's 2 days after a full moon, so it's still pretty bright. And I wander out and I spin up an orb. And the incredible thing about this place is the scene that you see here goes on for for 400 or 500 meters in every direction. It is remarkably beautiful. And it was a bit windy, but it was gorgeous. And I was there with 2 very close friends. And we went and escaped here for 3 nights. We went down here to these trees, and then we went out to Lake Surreal. And then last night we went to some other pretty cool spots that you don't have images of. But yeah, it's incredible, incredible location.
Felicity wants to know, is that Naya West?
I don't know where it is. It's north of Lake Tyrrell. I don't know the name of the place, but that rings a bell, Felicity. Yeah. It's really tricky to get into. But yeah, it's stunning. There's a lot of this sort of stuff around, I think around this area, there's a lot of these sort of dead tree salt lake things, but they're really challenging. It looks like somewhere that is kind of obviously easy to form images and create images. The challenge with them, and I think just from a light painting point of view, is you walk out there and it can be a bit overwhelming. So you're looking at all these compositions and you're like, I'm going to create a leading line with a log going out to a nice big tree going up, and we're going to do the foreground in the background. It's going to be incredibly amazing. And then the sun disappears and you're like, oh, right. Okay. All of that goes, right? It takes quite a bit. It sounds odd, but it's actually quite tricky to do it. So I have a few tricks where I actually mark in the ground with an X kind of where I was and where I was looking, and just trust that I was right when it was sunny. And then you just start making it, because you can't see anything in the distance, right? But it's, yeah, there's a Bruce has hit the nail on the head. It's really hard to create stuff that is compelling. The next image that I've got, I think, is an example. No, that's in the same spot. There's another one with the moon coming up. This one, right? So there are spots where there is some open areas behind, and the moon was coming up, and I struggled here. Where I've spun that orb, it always leaves a circle on the ground where you're rotating and walking in a circle. And we turned up, and I was at this spot maybe 4 months ago, and all the rings were still there. If you came out onto this salt lake the day after we were there, you would be trying to figure out, like, you'd totally be, there were aliens here for sure. It's just these circles on the ground. But the moon came up, and I was struggling a bit, so I just decided to pop the moon behind the tree, and it worked really well. Stunning place, man. Stunning. And just to my right are some very, very, very good friends.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
How do you decide, new term, Denis circles?
That's it.
How do you decide where to put your orbs? Is it just a pre-visualization in the daylight sort of, and then you go for it? Or
I think it's that. There still be, where's the, so you've got another one up on the salt, right?
Yep.
It's just a white background with a so
love that.
Yeah, so this is potentially it's one of my favorite ball of light images I've ever made, and there's a whole lot of reasons why. It was blowing hard, like it was astonishingly windy, and I had to walk quite a way to find any water to get a reflection. And so it was technically incredibly challenging, blowing a gale. And so for this, to decide where to put this one, it was really simple. I had to find a spot hard enough to stand on and turn for 90 seconds. And then there had to be water, and then somewhere I could put my camera. So in this instance, even though it seems simple compared to the trees, it was really challenging finding the spot here, right?
I see.
But I took a test shot, and the clouds were going in just the right direction to give that sort of leading line kind of look. Yeah. And even though it was blowing, man, it was blowing so hard, it was blowing as I was spinning the orb. It was making the orb tool move. So here, that's how I make the decision. But if you go back to the tree one, it's a little more, this one here, it's for me, I like it to be a little bit hidden. So tucking it behind the tree a little bit is a thing. I don't like it to always be the most obvious thing in the image. There's a photo that I posted on my Instagram that I took last night that is at a house ruin, and that one's really hidden, but yeah, there's no some this. Whereas this, yeah, the one the other one here, the orb one here. See how I've hidden it. So I made 3 and I moved it more to the right till it was behind the tree. I like that because it makes it a little bit mysterious.
Yes.
Crazy place, man. So beautiful. So beautiful.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's stunning.
Great
and I was
images.
Thank you. I was there with 2 very close friends who were having a good night as well. It was amazing.
Sounds like the chat.
Is that an hour and a half?
Yeah. We'll whip through everyone else's photos and we'll have to call it.
I love this. I love this. And while you're doing that, I just want to say to anyone that is still in the chat or watching, how beautiful is this little community that we have? Hey, how gorgeous is it on a Monday night and a Thursday morning when we get to come together and hang out in the chat, and it's really alive. And I just want to say just how proud I am of you guys, just really leaning into this and sticking with it. And I was going through the previous episodes. There is an epic list of photographers, hey, that have been on the podcast, man.
It's getting crazy. We've got a pretty good guest coming on this week. Have you ever heard of Nick Carver?
Yes, of course.
The Down South boys had him on maybe about a year ago or something.
Yeah, what a buzz.
And I was like, how did you get him on? They were like, just ask, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So Greg went out and lassoed him, and he's coming on Thursday. So we've had Olympic photographers. We've had
it's crazy.
All of the BFOP alumni, not all of them, but we're getting through them. We're chipping our way through that list of heavy hitters. It's just, it's everyone's so generous with their time, which is very nice.
I think someone I made a comment one. There was a time when I was like being on a lot of things pre-COVID, like when social media was an actual thing, and I was getting a lot of traction with my light painting. And someone, I made the comment somewhere or something, is like, I don't know why more people don't ask me to come and do things. Like, I'm always here. And someone made the comment, you need to realize that people just assume that you are always doing stuff and never available and super, what's the word? I don't want to sound gross, but people who are like famous or too cool to be here. And I love it, man. I'd do this every day of the week if I had a little more time. But asking people to do stuff with manners, it's astonishing what will happen. Hey,
what people will do, especially if you don't expect anything. If you say, hey, I know you're busy, but we'd love, if you've got the time, we'd love, and everyone's just been great about it. Except for one guy. One guy said, I've already done a podcast in Australia, and that was odd. But I think he thought he spoke to everybody into that one podcast. I was like, tick, Australia.
Well, Nick, I was working on a project where I was going to learn. I've never done any film photography, and I was going to learn film photography by creating an exhibition on a large format, so 8x10, I think it is. And so I spent a huge amount of time on his YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
amazing! What a guy!
I love his channel. It's so funny. He recently got. I'm gonna ask him about it on Thursday. He recently got like a sponsorship deal with Ilford Paper because he prints tons of stuff or whatever. So they've sent him paper, and he's like, I just want you guys to know, like, I've never really done the sponsor thing. It's not going to change me at all. And then the next scene, it cuts to him, and he's wearing an Ilford hat, an Ilford t-shirt, and there's Ilford paper all everywhere. And he's like, nothing's going to change around here. Like, the sponsorship. It's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, his work is gorgeous, and he just has a really nice energy, right? Which is kind of what we want, man. And that's what we want.
If you're around on Thursday morning, I know everyone works and stuff like that, but just, take your headphones to work, because the cool thing about this podcast as well, obviously we've got your awesome crew on Monday nights, which is growing and growing. But we really want to keep this aspect where it's like, you can weasel your way into asking questions of the bigger and bigger photographers we get on. You can be in the live chat.
Yes.
We're going to bring the questions up if you ask them in the live chat. Like, it's basically your direct line to
Yep.
people live, and
Yep.
we'll ask it.
Yeah,
So-
it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of people in the chat, I better bring some of their photos up, and we're going to start with
Let's go.
Liam, LTK, but these are not in the order they sent through. I'm going to try and do my best to make it work. Where are we? Because he's got a couple. Photos taken in New York City during the B&H Build Expo. These ones were taken with 1967 Nikon 55 1.2.
Beautiful.
People comparing their photos, and also, which is this one here. Hang on. That one.
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
Yeah,
I like
look at that.
They're all Instax.
Wow. What a cool looking Instax. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. And then what else did we have? Trying to get them in the right order.
Oh, Snake Boy.
Yeah. That's a
Look at
big
that.
snake.
So I'm presuming this is with that Nikon, right? So I love these beautiful texture in that photo,
Yeah.
right?
It's probably hard to see through this stream, but yeah, it's there's a lot of grain. I don't know.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh wow, look at that.
B&H. Never been
Yeah.
there. You ever
I'd
been
love
there?
to go there. Oh, nah, no way. I've not really been to America. I've been on a couple of like corporate alcohol junkets, but not to actually create work, which I would obviously love to. As long as I didn't have to deal with any Trumpians, that'd be good.
Trumpians. And finally from Liam, photo of H&M building in New York City taken from Jersey with the Pentax 1000 f8. That's a long lens.
An f8 at night. That's interesting.
Yeah. And finally, self-portrait in New York City.
Wicked.
I love the color.
That's very cool, that.
All right.
Yeah, I like that. I'd love to shoot with some film.
Yeah.
Me and Joel, this was the first analog thing I've ever made.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
And I basically, and that's how I learned, was that day. I'd done like about 10 test shots.
And now you're done. You've done all the analog forever.
Done them all.
Done them all.
That way. But I'd love to shoot Joel, who you've had on Beef of Joel. We're keen to have a crack.
Yeah, do something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was loving it.
Oh, yeah. What a legend.
Yeah, legend. I'll have to get him back on. Maybe I'll try and get him on for one of these Monday shows.
Yeah, definitely. Good human.
Yeah. Up next, we have Jamie Vandenbrink, Tweak Productions. Here are a few photos from a camping trip to Lake Cootharaba near Noosa, Queensland about a year ago. Woke up stupid early to this insane scene of kangaroo jumping through the lake with a perfect sunrise. Talk about right place, right time. Shot on my Canon 90D with the 18 to 135 lens. Wish I had my R5 Mark II and 100 to 400 back then. Still stoked with these shots though. Yeah, that shot there doesn't matter what you took that on.
That's it, right?
No one's ever going to ask, and it doesn't matter.
This is the thing, right? This is the point we were talking about before, right? What's the best camera in the world? That one.
That one. Yeah. No one's ever going to be like, oh, how many megapixels was that one? Or what?
If they are dicks, and no one cares about that human. What a stunning photo.
Yeah. Epic. And there was a couple more. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, wow. What a bizarre scene.
You're kidding. That is bonkers.
Yeah.
Wow, what a photo. Isn't it?
Yeah, so cool.
AI.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't this podcast, I'd question it. Jason Rogers, thank you for, he says, amazing episode. Where do we send photos to? You can send them, you won't make it in this week, but if you want to send them on for next week, Justin at luckystraps.com.au. We are working on a better way to get photos, but with this show, we kind of just do it and then we figure it out later. So One day we'll figure out, a submission thing or something. But at the moment, just email them to me, justin@luckystraps.com.au.
That is...
All right.
You know what we
Beautiful
should
work.
have you know what we should have an episode on is copyright.
Yeah.
I've got some crazy stories from recent things, man. That photo is so beautiful.
Yeah. Great images. And then to completely mix up the style from those beautiful electric sunsets, we've got Greg Carrick, the one and only. Here's a small series of people of Melbourne. Fujifilm Xe4 with TT Artisan's 25mm lens, Acros film simulation with grain, and then more cranked up in Snapseed.
Yeah, that's so good. See, black and white, right? Timeless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. So this is a modern camera?
Yeah, Xe4, Fuji Xe4. So it's like it's one generation old. But he loved the processing. He pushes it so hard, and it ends up looking like like I don't know, 3200 film or really pushed film.
These two friends of mine that are away. They're both astonishingly talented. Lottie is a street photographer. She shoots all over the place, Japan and stuff, and my other friend as well. And we were having that black and white conversation about Q3 mono and putting your camera into black and white so that it feels like you're learning how to shoot black and white. But that's what's happening here. Hey, he's using a simulation, so he would probably see this through the viewfinder. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. If he's shooting JPEGs in Acros, that they're Fujifilm simulation. So yeah, he would be seeing
this through the viewfinder.
This through the viewfinder, but not pushed this hard because Acros doesn't look like this. No. He's pushing it harder in Snapseed with more contrast, more grain. Love it. Yeah. Jamie says, "Fuck off, AI." It's a compliment. It's like if you've got like a jacked body and they're like, "Oh, he's on steroids," take it as a compliment.
We were going to talk about AI, right? I mean, we could do a 90-seconder because I have some. Yeah.
All right. Well, before you do that, we'll do a 90-second. Before you do that, we'll just say well done, Greg Carrick, because those photos are great, especially following on from last week's pirate ship photos. This is one of my favorite sections of the show, mate. Is these photos? I love it every week. Was that it? No, there's more, but I want to hear your 90-second rant on AI.
Oh yeah, look, I mean, we all know it's complete and utter shit, right? So it does good things. Yes, it's great for checking spelling, if you can convince it to get rid of the M dashes, but just so I have a paid subscription, right? Plus, because I'm setting up a new business and doing the Aussie Park Barbies and all this stuff, right? So when you're doing all that stuff, it's really handy. But just over the last couple of months, I have caught it out so many times. You going bam, 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 trying to do technical stuff. Like I was trying to get it to sort out my webcam before. Mm-hmm. And how many times, this is ChatGPT, how many times have other people recently, you go, hang on a sec, no, it's this. And it goes, oh yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. It's this thing. And you're like, hang on a sec. What do you mean? Oh yeah, you're right. You told me this other thing, right? Now, I have had a situation recently that is a whole nother episode where I was asking ChatGPT for some quite detailed legal stuff. Now, before you freak out,
I was like,
because another mate of mine I realized the other day has had the same situation where it is giving legal precedent and giving legal advice and stuff that is not true. Now, obviously, you are not going to be taking the advice of ChatGPT and doing heavily stuff, but it is faulty, man, and it is faulty. And I have also been doing some flipping around with some image generation stuff, and it is just not what it is going to be. It's not. And everyone talks about the first jobs to go are going to be the legal secretaries and all this stuff. That's bullshit, man. Mm-hmm. Legal firms are the first people that are leaning into this idea that it is not right and it's faulty. And Anyway,
it will either eliminate or change some jobs in legal and stuff, but not at the speed and what people are talking about, because it can be wrong so easily, and everything has to be checked. So what it's going to do is it's going to mean that maybe 4 people can do the job that 6 people used to do, because because they're gaining some efficiencies using it as a tool or whatever. But it's I think it's going to be a long time before it's like a legal firm is just one dude and a chat an assistant just doing all the work. That's not going to happen.
But I have been catching it telling me just blatantly wrong things
every day. Every day I can get it. I can't explain on this show what I talked to it about the other day, because it would take too long. It was like about VO2 max and differences in VO2 max in people, and it said categorically one thing, and then I was like, I want to challenge you on that, and it said, you're right to pull me up on that. And I was like, well, why did you say it? And it was like, well, I saw, in some circumstances it could be right, but I can see in your situation it's definitely not right. And I was like, well, then what do you anyway? Okay, back to the images.
Thank you. AI.
AI. Okay, up next we have Felicity Johnson, local, and this image, chestnut trees in the fog near Bright, of course. And then we have glamour in the smoke.
Oh, wicked!
Nice.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah, that's very cool. That's a studio shot, obviously. Yeah, it'd be nice. How cool!
Yeah,
I like the red. I like the lick of red on the lips and the nose. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yep, just coming across.
Yeah, she's guiding that. Come around a little. And
then finally, a leaf bug larvae having a poo.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like pushing hard.
Yep. And that is how you do it, with 3 completely different subjects, completely different, but it does it every week. Yep. Amazing shots, Felicity Greg says, and that is right. Like they're 3 great shots.
Yep.
From
beautiful.
3 completely different subjects. Yep. Well done.
It's amazing, this thing we do, hey, photography.
It's so pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. I love the tree one. That's beautiful, because you know how that feels, right? You know being out when it's frosty and moody, and like I can feel that. I'm like, oh, nice.
Interesting composition too. Full center. Because there's so many ways you could go around this scene. So many different ways you could try and line it up. But full center. But there's that one tree on the left.
Horizon line in the center. And it doesn't feel lazy. Sometimes you see shots that are shot at standing height and you go, oh, yeah, come on. You could have got down, you could have got up. But this feels like it's really, really thought out. Like the leaves on the tree are just above the gap in the other trees. And it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Tweak says, I'm a sucker for symmetry and the colors are beautiful, gorgeous, Felicity.
And it feels, the other thing that this feels like is this feels like someone that got out of bed. Like
in the cold.
Someone got out of bed and was walking around going, oh, that was a good choice.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Up next, unfortunately, he couldn't call in. He got up in the middle of the night to try and call in. David Mascaro. Before I pull up these images, he says, hi guys, well, this next set of photos could spark some controversy with some of your viewers.
Okay.
I want you all to know that these aren't run and gun, spray and pray type photos. They are all taken with consent, honesty, and respect. Again, I normally don't ask for photos right away. Hang on. I've lost where I'm up to. I almost never give money, but I always buy coffee, donuts, or something solid to eat. I did this type of photography for a few years, but not so much anymore. Things have gotten a lot worse with the fentanyl problem, and it gets depressing to walk these areas. Anyway, have a great show.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. God. Yeah. Gosh. What a photo, hey?
He's got a real talent for connecting with people through the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that he prefaces it by saying that he has permission, and you can feel that, right? So these people know.
Yeah, and not only can you feel it, we know it through the body of work that he's already shown through the show, that like we know how often he's on the streets and how he works with people, all sorts of people.
I think there's if I look when I look at this one here, here's a guy who, even just in his eyes, he feels comfortable enough to be vulnerable, and you don't. There's not he's resigned to what is happening here, and he has just clearly he is comfortable with what is happening and with the other ones. Like he's like. I'm feeling like I feel connected to this guy. I think we shared an image I took of a girl in India, similar thing. Like, do you fall into their eyes and if this guy's pissed off about having a photo taken, and that is not this.
100%. You could tell.
Same here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Great images, David. Thanks for sending them in and for writing
that's important.
The story behind them, the words behind them. I wish you could have called in. Sorry that you've had so much trouble with the phone lines, but we will figure this out. We will get there. Well done. Amazing. Everyone, the chat's... Greg says powerful portraits.
Yeah.
Bruce Moyle says, damn. The other Greg... Carrick says these are the images that need to be taken.
Yeah, that is so true, Greg. Yeah, beautiful. Hey,
Christine, so powerful and raw. Lisa says incredible, emotive, and raw. And Felicity, feeling safe in your space. Amazing, great work. From one David to another David, every time, because I go in alphabetical order because it's easier for me to keep track of everything. it's the only reason. And David says, I've sent you 5 abstract macro images, and 3 behind the scenes images. I know you requested 4 to 5, but I've included behind the scenes for each shot. And I always appreciate that because your behind the scenes are some of the coolest behind the scenes shots ever. Little diagrams. All right, let's see if I get them. Oh yeah, they're in order. Perfect. You number. Gold star for file naming, David. These are all in perfect order. Okay, image number 1. What do you think it is?
I reckon, well, I mean, I don't think it's a mic. I think it's a pair of shoes. I think it's a pair of running shoes.
Mini T strainer.
What? That's so good.
Yeah. Hang on, we got a little bit more behind the scenes coming in from the man himself.
Right.
It's not even the right genre, but I still feel the need to play his theme song.
It could be,
all the abstract macro images were shot using the RGB LED lights and at wide open aperture with selective focus. Fuji XF60 2.4 and the Micro Nikkor 105 2.8.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love it. I love a bit of RGB.
Bit of RGB.
Bit RGB, mate. Bit RGB.
All right. Now what?
Whoa.
How good does that look? Looks like DNA or something.
That's a nose cleaner.
You think?
What do you use? Bit up the nose, mate. Wow, that's really cool. Look at the bouquet on the metal part in the middle.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, down the bottom. That's amazing.
Let's hang on.
Whoa. Yeah, look at that. That is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that is a small white straw brush.
Yeah. Not a nose cleaner.
Not a nose cleaner, but man, it's cool. These shots are so creative.
Oh
okay.
My gosh.
Diagram, image 3, behind the scenes setup for images 1 and 2. So you can see you've got the Niwa 13-inch LED light panel. This is the background. If you're not doing YouTube images, David, YouTube video, you would have, if you just had a channel with these setups, just talking through it, people would love this.
That those smaller RMO3s, I saw them the other day. They look awesome for macro. The flexible lights, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
Good fun.
So yeah,
Here it is. Yeah.
small rig, flexible LED light.
Yeah.
The
There's the
LED
T
light
strainer.
ones. Yeah, there's
There
the
it
T
is.
strainer and there's the thing. Yeah.
That's
So
so funny.
you got these little holder thingies.
Yeah, they're cool.
Forget what they're called. Soldering things, are they? Is this a soldering setup? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. That's
Is that what that is?
holding stuff to solder.
Yeah.
Totally.
Crazy. Okay. And moving on.
Or more commonly known as roach clips.
Yeah, soldering station. Okay. Image number 4. Where are we? Back up here. Image number 4. Another type of brush. Small black drain brush, which was shot on the Fuji X-T5 with the 105. And an extension tube. And then the setup for that one.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, look at look at that old lens. That's funny.
Yeah, isn't it? That's the
105.
The 105 micro nickel.
Yeah, look at that.
Soldering station. So yeah, look, we can confirm. Not AI.
Definitely not AI.
Definitely not AI. Look at that. I love this too at the back.
Yeah, super cool. What a neat image. I love the behind the scenes stuff. Hey,
The behind the scenes are the best part.
Yeah. That's where the fun happens. Hey.
What do we got now? We got
Ooh.
What is this? This is image number 6. You got any guess at what that is?
I think that could be, well, it's some sort of spring. It could be, no, it's it's got a handle attached to it, and you put it on top of a thing, and it's got a thing. So like a strainer, like a kitchen thing, but it's got a spring on it thing. That was the worst description of anything ever. Egg beater.
You're so close. Yes. Mini whisk.
Greg wrote that.
Greg Carrick. Yeah. Mini whisk. It says.
Yeah. Mini whisk. That's it.
Yeah.
That was the sort of thing I was talking about.
Yeah. Boston strainer. I don't even know what that is. Is that like some kind of joke? Is that like a like a rude thing or something?
Some sort of
the old Boston strainer.
Tasmanian kink thing.
Yeah.
Boston strainer.
Got myself a Boston strainer. And finally, image number 7, you'll have no chance, is hang on, am I up to 7? Yep.
That's one of those things that goes
no. It's the base plate for a coffee plunger. And then some more. Oh yeah, so there's the mini whisk.
Yeah. That's true. That's a
Is that what you were picturing?
No. No. I was thinking more of mini whisk combined with coffee strainer.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Okay. Yeah, great work.
I love the old lens. That's very cool.
Yeah, he's always using like adapted stuff or lots of
Amazing.
Love it. Okay. Christine, where is your email? Not there. Where is it? There it is. A few from a pin-up shoot a couple of months ago. I was restrained. Well done. Good choice of 4 epic images.
I'd be interested to know what the restraint was.
Oh no, last week.
Last week,
20 photos, and we culled them down to
that's hilarious.
3 or 4 favorites on the show, which was pretty fun.
I love it.
But yeah, these are
good fun.
Yeah, these are great.
That reminds me of this photo. So this is my daughter, and whenever she comes to Australia from New Zealand, we do a photo shoot, and this is one. That's Susan Sontag on photography, and I would throw it at her face, and she's like, it didn't hit me hard enough, Dad. It didn't hit me hard enough. But yeah, obviously these didn't hit her hard enough.
No, she's barely flinching.
That's nice. I love the color of the dress, and the cards are the same. That's cool. Oh, good fun, hey?
Yeah. Interesting. With a tilt and one eye closed.
Yeah.
My
Can you do that?
Zoom in. Oh, do that.
Can you blink like that? Nah, men can't do it. It's a chick thing.
Not without making my face
No,
look weird.
that's the thing.
How's she doing it and still looking nice?
Well,
yeah,
it's a chick thing.
It's a special skill.
Oh yeah, good fun.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's very fun. Great work.
Oh, this is Christine Carr. We connected the other day talking about doing some auto art with the rods, right?
She's certainly got some auto connections, yeah.
Yeah, but I would just, obviously, that would be crazy. But we were chatting about these are so much fun.
Christine says she's a burlesque dancer. Yeah. She can do lots of things.
That's pretty funny. Is it the same model?
That's funny.
Bruce is onto it. Yeah, same. It is the same model, isn't it? Yeah, good fun. Hey. Yeah.
Next kitchen shoot, vintage.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. Great work. Great images.
Yeah, incredible.
Last but very not least is Bruce Moyle. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's a photographer from Tasmania.
Tasmania.
Tasmania. And his mind works in different ways to mine, and I love it. This says, shot using A7R3 and 50mm 1.4. Zoom in and look at the skin details. I have no idea, Justin, why I did it. Maybe Dennis can tell us both.
Yeah. How, Bruce, is this this is a single exposure or? No, I don't.
Just to zoom in on some of these skin details.
Whoa.
Look at that.
So that is really wild. Hey, and he's,
this is just 100%.
You reckon he shot it and then duplicated it in Photoshop and rotated it? Yeah, it would be.
I guess it would be. Is every hand the same?
Yeah. He'll tell us. Single image layer. Yeah, beautiful, man. How stunning. God, the texture in there is, that is, okay.
It's just the next Tool album that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, that's so nice, mate.
Wow.
Yeah, you fall into that when we look at it, hey?
Yeah.
What I love, you know what I really like about this is I'm pointing at my pen on the screen like you can see it. It's not perfectly symmetrical. So the gap, the hands, if you draw a circle around the outside, the hands are not exactly the same distance apart. And so so when you go to the inside, it has variation. And I think that's what gives it a more organic feeling than if it was just like whatever the degree is. Like if you go replicate 10, 20 degrees, 20, 20, 20.
It would look weird. Yeah, Bruce saying, that's done on purpose. Yeah, exactly. It would look, you're spot on. If it was just the same thing, just printed around in the same same spacing, it would look, well, I mean, it might be right for someone what they want, but it would look very fully processed. Like it would just look like what it is. They've just copied that around in a circle.
And I think that's why my first thought was to ask: Is this a single, or is it done? And I think that again, it sort of leans into this thing that Bruce does, where there's always this organic movement kind of thing.
Yeah, I thought there was more than one photographed, but when I first saw it, I didn't realize it was just one. I thought there was at least a few, maybe a few replicated. Maybe it was, both. I don't know, but
very cool. It's beautiful, Bruce. Amazing, mate.
Yeah, love it. What a way to cap off the show. What a shot.
Flipping chickens, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I came back to do this. So Greg's not here. So I just like to say that this episode has been brought to you by Lucky Straps, the greatest camera straps in the history of the world. I would highly suggest that you go to the Lucky Straps website and check out all the sexy straps. And if you use the special source code, which is
use code Greg. He's got a sore tooth. So use code Greg.
Use the code Greg. Lucky Straps. is made with love and kindness, and you should have some of it in your life.
Thanks,
Is that good?
Dennis.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thanks, Dennis.
Discount Denis. I don't know about that. Nah, it's
and also, Greg Carrick says, yeah, smash that like button. If you
Yeah, do
can,
it.
please. And also, so right after the show finishes, first like us and even throw a comment down below or something, whatever you want. Just give us a boost. Then go over to Aussie Park Barbecues.
Aussie Park Barbies.
Barbies, damn it. Aussie Park Barbies on YouTube and give it a subscribe and a like. Let's get that ball rolling for when it launches next week.
Yeah, man, it's on. It's going to be good fun, that.
Yeah. And let me just go back here actually first. So yeah, Bruce said, all done on purpose. I just want to catch this. Everyone was very happy with that image. Yeah. Very, very excited. Everyone, that's incredible. That's nuts, Bruce. Super cool. Wow, Bruce, where's your head at? And then Greg said, Bruce's work exists in a dimension that can't be classified by a number with a D after it. What does that even mean?
3D, 4D, 1D.
Oh, okay. Now I'm on it. Yep.
Yeah,
my
D.
head wasn't even there. D. Thanks so much, Dennis.
Oh, mate.
You saved the day.
Woo! I mean, you would have been fine. Look, I feel I just feel, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I just feel quite humbled to be a part of this gorgeous community, and to be able to come along and chat is amazing. Sometimes I feel like I kind of dominate that chat a little bit, but it's okay.
No, there's never, no one can ever dominate this chat. We want it to get crazier and crazier. My dream is that the chat gets so busy that we can't catch up on all of the chat. And we just have to like skim read it for comments and stuff because we just want to get, so if you know a photographer, send them over. Even if they can't catch a live, start them off small, start them off with an audio episode or something, ease them into it. But get them on here live and get them to send a photo in. Like we need a few more. Imagine if we find some more people with interesting takes on photography and different cool little things they're doing.
That's it. And I think one of the neat things, one of the many things I love about it is like it feels safe here. Like I have sometimes quite sort of sideways views and feelings, but I never worry. I don't really care. Like because we're all here just sort of being ourselves. And I think the internet, and especially social media now, is so chock-a-block full of people just trying to beat the algorithm or figure the algorithm out. And so this sort of lack of authenticity is just becoming more and more and more brutal. And that is not the case here.
This format, you literally can't, you can't sit on
and
here for 2 hours and try and hype everything up.
No, and the next time I come on, I'm going to have figured out my camera so I don't look like I don't know how to do log. It's you look much more contrasty than me.
I'm a little bit pink back here. I don't know what's happening with my lighting.
Hey, for those of you who made it to the end.
Oh yeah,
that's what a wall of light. That's what a wall of light painting gear looks like.
Hey, you know what'd be cool one day? If you turn them all on and put them back in their tubs and then take a photo. It'd be a fair bit of work, but it would look nice.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank
you. Thanks very much. Let's read through a couple of these comments before I press go on the music.
Yeah, I hope Greg comes right.
Yeah, Felicity says about teeth. Yeah, I've got mine are not great. Felicity says, I hope you feel better soon, Greg. Christine says, holy shit balls. I don't think that was to Greg. That was to Dennis's studio. Says Rick says, whoa. Rick says, I love the community here, kind of like-minded photographers. Yeah, that's it. We are all out just having fun, just taking photos. Greg Carrick says, go to the dentist, Greg. The tooth will set you free. I love a good dentist pun. Bruce says, get better. Tweak Productions says, thanks for a great show, guys. Hope Greg feels better. I hate the dentist. Me too. Everyone does. Nice one. Felicity says, we love listening to you, Dennis. We all do. We do love the stories.
It's nice being
here. And Lisa Leach, rest up, Greg. Thanks, Justin and Dennis. It's been wild. And finally, wild. Oh, there it is. It's wild. Finally, from the man himself before I play the music. Greg says, thanks, Den. I owe you a burger. Thanks, lads. Interesting and bizarre getting to watch this live. Yeah, you can finally give me some feedback on like what it's like to be on the other side. We'll workshop it.
I'm half as witty and it's good.
You got this. All right. Any other comments we need to read? I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Philip Johnson, as always. Thanks, gents. Good show. Don't forget, discount code Greg if you're going to buy anything from Lucky Straps. And what else? Craig Murphy says, thanks, Justin and Dennis. Greg, hope you get better soon. Good night, folks. Dennis has got his little Google wheels. Google.
That's a whole nother crazy story.
It's a whole nother story. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And we'll catch you guys. Oh, on Thursday, Nick Carver. Get in there if you can be there.
Yeah.